All right, good morning. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I will be presiding over the specialty court docket on this morning. On this morning, you are in our virtual courtroom. We are on Zoom, but we also air live on YouTube. If you have an issue with being in the courtroom, having your case aired live, you need to hang up and dial the courtroom at 313-965-2280, and you will have to report to 36th District Court on tomorrow. And so please, if you have an issue with appearing in our virtual courtroom, the court reporter has just placed the courtroom number in the chat. You can dial 313-965-2280, and you will have to physically appear at 36th District Court on tomorrow. If not, then I am going to accept that as you are agreeing to participate in the virtual courtroom. On this morning, I am going to ask you, if you have the ability to change your name on your device, that you change your name on your device so that I'm able to know who you are, so that I won't miss your case. I appreciate that. In addition, on this morning, because we are in the virtual courtroom and we are airing live on YouTube, it is important for you to make sure that you are dressed appropriately for court. I see you, Mr. Richardson, setting the standard for us this morning. Make sure you're dressed appropriately for court. Make sure that your camera is adjusted so that I'm only able to see what I need to see, and that's your face. Make sure that if you share the space with your space with anyone else, that you make sure that if they're going to pass in front of that camera, that they too are dressed appropriately for court. I don't want to see what's going on in your house. All right, and so you have to make sure that I don't have the ability to see it. With that, on this morning, we have several people who have some concerns that have been raised to the court. And so you are going to be placed in breakout rooms. I'll let you know who those people are after I place the appearances on the record. On this morning also, I have noted, and this is for the team, I meant to mention this, that there are individuals, defendants, who are chatting me in the chat box. I do not take chat messages from defendants at all. So please make sure if you have a question for the court, or if there is something you need to ask, that you make yourself known in the courtroom, and I will certainly entertain your question. Do not place anything in that chat because I'm not going to read it. Thank you so much. That does not apply to the team members. That applies to the defendants only. So please make sure. With that, I'm ready to place appearances on the record. I will start with the attorneys.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, if I may, a continuing motion that my appearance be for all my clients. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Reed. I can see you and I hear you, and your motion is granted.
And good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, Drug Treatment Court, Veterans Treatment Court, Defense Counsel. I too would make a similar motion.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Fikens. Your motion is granted. Mr. Kusheri, if you could place your appearance on the record at this time.
Good morning, Honorable Judge. Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA.
All right. Thank you. And good morning to you, Mr. Kusheri. I'm ready to place the staff members, your appearance on the record. Ms. Robbs, I see you first. If you could place your appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robbs, Veterans Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Robbs. And I see you, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor, this morning.
All right. Thank you. And good morning, Mr. Yancey. Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, Case Manager for 36th District Court, Sobriety Court.
Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. I also see one of our veterans mentors, Mr. Parker. Please place your appearance on the record. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Okay.
I apologize. Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court Mentor.
All right. Thank you so much. Good morning to Ms. Drew and Ms. Wilson. Good morning to both of you. Good to have you with us today.
Good morning.
All right, very good. And thank you for getting everybody together for me. I appreciate it. Also, please, if you are in the courtroom, do not unmute your phone or your device until you are asked to do so. There's a reason I keep everyone muted because it's important that we be able to hear. And so if you unmute, you are going to cause a disturbance in the courtroom. And then I'm going to have to place your case last. I'll hear your case last. So please make sure you keep your device muted until you are asked to unmute. With that, Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens, a couple of housekeeping things. I do see a few individuals that need to go in a breakout room. I am starting with my veterans today because the veterans are scheduled for Tuesdays. And so, but there are a couple of people that need to go in the breakout rooms. I know that Mr. Lewis, good morning, Mr. Lewis. I'm glad to have you in the courtroom this morning, that he needs to go in a breakout room. Hopefully, I'm certain Miss Cleveland has updated you all why Mr. Lewis would need to go in a breakout room. Also, Mr. Gooden is on this morning. He is in warrant status. He needs to turn himself in unless Mr. Kashiri, you have another where they can go pick him up, but he needs to, he's not gonna work this program the way he wants to. He's gonna work it the way it's ordered. And so he has to go back into either the Wayne County Jail or the inpatient treatment. My preference is that he goes to treatment, but if there's something else that we need to do, we can do that. So who would like to go into breakout with whom? Please let me know.
Judge, I'll do Mr. Lewis. We have some other breakout room people. Mr. Purry needs to go over a contract, and there's a Mr. Robinson. I don't know if they're in the courtroom now. Mr. Fikens has worked out deals for Mr. Purry and Mr. Robinson if they're in the courtroom. He would need to go in the breakout room with those individuals. I'll go in with Mr. Lewis, and then I'll go in with Mr. Gooden if necessary.
All right. Very good.
Your Honor, if you don't mind, I would like to go in with Attorney Reed to speak with Mr. Gooden.
All right, very good. And so with that new contract, I need somebody to mute their device. With that new contract, I do want them to stay and observe court. So you can probably go into court, the breakout room with the new contract just a little bit later, not too much later because they are veteran. They are a veteran. And so what I would like to do is have one of the attorneys go in with Mr. Lewis at this time and one person go in with Mr. Gooden at this time.
Judge, I'll go in with Gooden, and if Mr. Fikens will go in with Mr. Lewis, is that, Mr. Fikens, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. That's fine.
Is that good for you?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So I am setting up the breakout rooms at this time. And I know that I put Mr. Gooden's name in. I no longer see him in the lineup. Is he still on with us? Mr. Reed, does anyone see Mr. Gooden?
I don't, Judge.
Okay, so he must have disconnected. Mr. Reed, do you want to go in with Jalen Lewis or do you want Mr. Fikens to go in with him?
Mr. Fikens will go in with Mr. Lewis if that's okay with the court, Judge.
Absolutely. All right, and so Attorney Fikens and Mr. Lewis, I'm assigning you to breakout room number 2. Please accept that invitation.
Yes, Judge.
I don't know who has Mr. Gooden's case, but I think Ms. Robs, you do. He was on this morning. You want to give him a call. You are Mr. Kushiri. Mr. Kushiri, my preference is to get him into treatment this morning. Mr. Kushiri, are we able to work that out?
Absolutely, I will reach out to him immediately. If I can convince him.
Right, you can only do what you can do, and I understand. Just let him know one way or the other. He's got to get picked up, and so I would rather it be for treatment as opposed to go to jail. Because if I pick him up for jail, he'll be there until next week. Okay?
I'll let him know. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Let me know. You can text or chat. All right. You can text our chat and let me know what's going on with him. All right, very good. With that, I am ready to get started. And I just need to get the lineup this morning. Mr. Richardson, you're first on in line. Let me have you unmute, please. Mr. Richardson, if you could unmute for me.
Okay.
There you are. Good morning to you, Mr. Richardson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, I have the following for Desi Arnaz Richardson, SP 10606-801, and case number 200-572-3501. Mr. Richardson, state your full name for the record, please.
My name is Desi Richardson.
How are you this morning?
I'm blessed, Your Honor.
All right, who's with you this morning? I just need you to put your name on the record. I see you.
Miss Hall.
Let me have Ms. Hall put her name on the record.
Wanda Hall.
All right, good morning to you, Ms. Hall. How are you this morning? Good. Very good. Anything to report out on Mr. Richardson that the court needs to know?
No.
He's still doing well? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes, he is. He's doing
All
well.
right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, very good, very good. All right, Mr. Richardson, you tell me, how are things going with you?
Everything is going well, Your Honor. I'm doing everything that the court has ordered me to do. But for right now, other than a few family problems, I have nothing really to report out of place. I'm still with Mr. Kushir with the CWT program. I'm doing going through my program at the VA hospital through the CWT program as far as my substance abuse. I'm making my meetings and I'm doing my drops. Everything is copacetic, as you would say.
All right, very good. We had an opportunity to staff your case, and Ms. Robs reported that you are in fact doing very well. You have some housing things that you need to work out and that they're working on, but you're on track. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you excited about that independent housing?
Yes, ma'am. Very much so.
All
Very
right.
much so.
Now, I heard you said you had some family issues going on. Are you patiently working through them?
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to. One of my twin grandboys has the COVID, and he's in intensive care.
Oh.
He's 7 years old. The other twin doesn't have it. What I understand, he got it from his mother. So they won't allow us to come visit, or we really just up in limbo because they're not giving us the type of information we need. So we just praying and keeping him in prayer. I hope that he'll be out of intensive care soon. He has asthma like I do. And so with that, the asthma, from my understanding, is what kicked it off. So they hydrating him and they are administering oxygen.
Okay.
So
Well, you want to make
praying,
sure.
hoping for the best.
Absolutely, and so are we. And you want to make sure that you stay positive. The things that you can do, certainly you do those things. We understand that there are some restrictions when individuals have COVID, and that's why I'm encouraging everybody, get the shot, take the vaccine, get it done. And even after you take it, still wear your mask, wash your hands, keep your distance, so that we can get this thing under control. I really hope that things work out with your grandson. I'm glad that you're staying on track, even in the midst of adversity. I am glad that you're doing that.
I have to, and I have to stay strong for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ms. Robs, as I indicated, she gave a great report during staffing. Ms. Robs, anything additional on Mr. Richardson?
Your Honor, I was able to speak to Mr. Richardson and Miss Hall on yesterday, who reported, Your Honor, that he's doing really well at VOA, that he's completed. We were able to verify the completion of his 40 hours for community service. I was able to retrieve the information for the address that he is looking to move in within the next couple of weeks. I received his urinalysis. He's negative for all screens, Your Honor. And he's really doing a good job. He made plans to come to the court on today and make a payment of $180.
Okay,
He's overall, Your Honor, he's doing well. He's in compliance at
all
this
right.
time.
Wonderful. Mr. Kusheri, is there anything you'd like to add?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right,
Richardson's doing great.
wonderful. All right, Mr. Fikens, I'm not certain if there's anything you'd like to add. You are Mr. Reed.
Judge, I would just like to congratulate Mr. Richardson. Good report. Stay positive. You have a good attitude. I'm sure your grandson is going to recover. Wish you well. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you, Mr. Richardson. Stay
Thank you,
safe.
sir.
Stay safe.
And if I might add, Mr. Richardson, that was a good report. I heard a lot of it. Keep up the great work, sir. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Absolutely. Who serves as Mr. Richardson's mentor? Who's your mentor, Mr. Richardson?
My mentor is Mr. Parker, ma'am.
Mr. Parker, any updates on Mr. Richardson?
Good morning again, Judge. No more than what's already been said. Despite the issues that he's going through with his family, he's positive, and you know, he obviously loves his family, and we all do. He told me also about his grandson and his mother. And so I just want to encourage him, just as the court does, that stay positive, stay focused. We know that we have issues in life, but you know, there's some things that we just have to do. And he's very well at doing it. He knows that. And so I encourage him to just keep going forward. He's doing great.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Parker. All right, Mr. Richardson, it's good to see you on today. I'm really happy and excited about the housing opportunity that's on the horizon for you. I want to encourage you to stay on track. If you need us, you know where to find us. I know you know how to get in touch with Ms. Ross at all times. You know how to dial into this courtroom as well. Before you go, as always, I want to thank you for your service, for putting on the uniform, for serving this country, therefore serving each of us. And so I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Richardson for his service in the armed forces. Come on, let's congratulate him and thank him. Thank you, Mr. Richardson. Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Robs, when is Mr. Richardson coming back to see me?
Your Honor, I have June 1st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
Is that going to be for a face-to-face, Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. He's in the appropriate phase for a face-to-face?
Your Honor, actually, I wanted to, if I could, if you would entertain, Your Honor, Mr. Richardson is doing well, and I wanted to make this recommendation for a promotion to phase 2, if you would allow, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Robs, any objection from any of the team members with respect to Mr. Richardson? He's doing well. He's on track. He's well into completion of his, or has completed his phase 1 requirements, at least the things that are within his control. And he's gotten good reports. Any objection from any of the team members?
No objection, Judge.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Richardson, any objection from you?
So, ma'am.
No objection. All right. Come on, let's celebrate Mr. Richardson again for his promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Richardson. You are doing it. I'm so proud of you. That means you're not going to see me that often, Mr. Richardson. What do you think about that?
I don't know, I might sneak online every now and then.
Good answer. Good answer, Mr. Richardson. I know what you're going to say when you get out of this courtroom, like, good, I don't have to see you that often. But good answer for the record. All right. Mr. Richardson, although I won't see you as often as I usually do every 2 weeks, you do know we are available. I want to encourage you, utilize the tools and resources that you've been equipped with, because you have what it takes to continue on this journey. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Ms. Robs, does that change Mr. Richardson's return to court date
Yes,
now that he's gone to phase 2?
Yes, it does, Your Honor, to June 8th, 2021 at 9:30.
All right, Mr. Richardson, you have that?
Yes, ma'am.
All
June
right.
8th, 9:30.
June 8th, 9:30. Keep us posted about your grandson, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, take care. Good to see you, Ms. Hall. Thank you for all you do.
Please.
Yep, no problem.
All right, take care. All right, I am ready on Mr. Warhurst. If you could unmute for me. Good morning, Mr. Warhurst.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, you look like you're just relaxing. Is that what you're doing?
Well, I found a quiet spot to talk to you, so to be
Okay,
in your
very good.
courtroom.
All right, very good. Let me place your case numbers on the record. U 447-46318 and U 4488318. Mr. Warhurst, please state your name for the record.
Ralph Warhurst.
All right, Mr. Warhurst, it's good to see you this morning. How are things going?
Really well, Your Honor.
They are. Tell me what that means to you, that things are going really well.
Well, let's see. I'm coming up on 60 days being here, and I got an extension to stay longer. So that's a good thing. I've been clean for the time.
Mr. Warhurst.
Yes, ma'am.
In staffing,
So they granted me that. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Warhurst, in staffing, it was reported that you requested to stay longer.
Wow, they already knew about that, huh? Yes, yep. So I was granted to stay longer.
I was so excited I get excited when people realize what they need and they go for it. They don't need me to order them to do anything, because guess what? When you finish with court, I won't be around to order you to do anything. So when you see what you need, there you go. So when you know what you need, I get excited when people say, wait a minute, this is what I need. And so I'm going to ask for what I need. I don't need the court to order me. I'm going to ask for it. That's a wonderful thing.
Yes, Your Honor.
How are they treating you?
It is. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, E-House is a great place.
It is. And you're
I
taking
couldn't be in
advantage
better
of.
hands.
I agree.
Everything.
All right. And so, Mr. Warhurst, are you taking advantage of the programming that you're required to attend at Elmhurst House?
I'm at Emmanuel House.
Emmanuel, I'm sorry. I get the E's mixed up. See, you said E-House, and that threw me off.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am taking advantage totally. I attend every meeting, every class, every step study. I'm getting something out of it.
Wonderful. Can you share with the courtroom something you've learned since the last time I've seen you?
About what, ma'am?
Can you share with the courtroom
what I've
something
learned?
that you've learned? Yes, sir.
Well, we keep going, keep going over the steps, and I'm learning about character defects, how they affect you in your life. So gradually working on those defects and character defects and shortcomings. And my list is a laundry list, trust me.
It is. And if we were all honest with ourselves, we probably too would have a laundry list, right?
I'll accept you.
I'll accept me. I probably would have the biggest list, Mr. Warhurst. We all have things we need to work on. I'm just glad that you have taken on the challenge of working on those things. And so that's a great thing. That's a really great thing. Are you following up? You know, I always ask you, about your head. Are you following up?
Yes, I have an appointment the 27th.
All right.
They already determined what it is. Now they're going to figure out what they're going to do.
All right. Very good. I don't want to put your medical information on the record. And so what I am going to ask you
Okay.
is to make sure you are communicating with Ms. Robs, because I'm concerned about you and I want to make sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to do to stay healthy. I need both. I need healthy and recovery. I need both.
Thank you, Your Honor. You'll get both.
All right. Very good. I'm gonna take you at your word. All right, Mr. Warhurst, can I dig in your business just a little bit?
Be my guest.
I heard that you've been talking to your ex-wife and she's been very supportive.
How do you guys get all this information? Yes, I have, though.
We're like the IRS, Mr. Warhurst.
Wow.
There's not much you're gonna get past us.
I'm telling you. Wow.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I just
Yes,
want to know,
ma'am,
does
it
she
is.
see, does she
It
see
is.
a difference in you? Does she see something different about you?
Yes, she does.
All right.
Totally. Yes. Yes,
I'm
she
excited.
does. She said it's good difference.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, look, I want
We've
you
been
to
divorced 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah.
And she's still taking a
Yes.
phone call from you?
Can you believe that one?
Mr.
Well, I'm
Warhurst.
not calling her for bond money. I'm not calling her for bond money. That's why.
Good. There you go. Mr. Warhurst, I want you to tell her thank you for being supportive of you. It takes all of us working together to make sure we can get people on a path of recovery and keep them on a path of recovery. So even though I don't know her, please let her know I said thank you for being supportive, okay?
I'll do that, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Robs, you gave a good report in staffing on Mr. Warhurst. Is there anything else that I need to know this morning?
Your Honor, no, other than Mr. Warhurst, I think forgot we spoke this week. That's how we know this information, Your Honor.
I wanted him to think we were the IRS, Ms. Robs.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I told on myself.
He's doing well, Your Honor, overall, no issues at this time.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Kucheri, do you have anything to report out on Mr. Warhurst?
Yes, good morning again, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Warhurst continues to be compliant entirely with all of his treatment at Emmanuel House. He's going above and beyond, doing more than he really is even expected to do there. I also wanted to make sure that it was reported in staffing that he is being very proactive at resolving his outstanding matter that was discussed previously on record. So he's doing great.
All right, wonderful. Good morning, Mentor Scott. Place your appearance on the record. I think you're the mentor for Mr. Warhurst.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, mentor, 36th District Court.
All right, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Warhurst?
Mr. Warhurst has been doing a fantastic job. Every time I see him, his attitude is tremendous. I was not privy to the fact that he requested an extension at Emmanuel House. So kudos to him. I just concur with your sentiments, Your Honor, that for him knowing what he needs and to take advantage of that speaks to his commitment to just live a better life. The last time I saw him, I actually told him he looked 10 years younger, so he's looking better. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. So keep up the great work, Mr. Warhurst. You really are. You're doing a tremendous work.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
All right, very good. From either of the attorneys, is there anything you'd like to add this morning?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Warhurst. Good report. You're working the program. I'm glad to hear that you're picking up the tools for recovery. And I also appreciate we work toward family reunification. And I'm glad to hear that you're talking to your ex-wife and good conversation. Keep up the good work. You're over in the Emmanuel House. That's a good place. People are good. The food must be good because you want to stay there. Keep up the good work. Be safe. We're proud of you, Mr. Warhurst. Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, if I
Thank you,
might add,
Mr. Reed.
Mr. Warhurst, you're doing a great job. It's a great report. It's obvious that you're taking this program seriously. Keep up the great work, sir. We're proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
All
Thank you,
right.
Mr. Ficus.
Mr. Warhurst, do you have any questions for the court this morning?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right. Ms. Robs, when do you have Mr. Warhurst returning?
Your Honor, I have Mr. Warhurst for June 1st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that date, Mr. Warhurst?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you then. If you need us, don't hesitate to call or to dial into the courtroom. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Mr. Keith, I'm ready for you. If you could unmute for me. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I have the following matter. For Ralph Keith, I have SP 103076. Oh my goodness, who's at Emmanuel House that can get Mr. Warhurst back on? I did not thank him for his service. Who's there? Somebody call him. Miss Robs, call him. Tell him he has to get back in here. All right, while you're doing that, Miss Robs, that's very important. I have worn that uniform and I know that it is sometimes can feel like a very thankless job, but we appreciate people who choose to put on the uniform and serve this country, irrespective of what you think of it. Go somewhere else and you'll quickly understand the freedoms that we enjoy in this country. And you will appreciate those that put on the uniform and serve and protect this country and all of these freedoms that we sometimes are ungrateful for in this country. I see you over there, Mentor Scott, lifting those eyebrows like, yeah, Judge, I hear you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Your Honor. It is not easy. Trust me, it is not easy.
That's right. Absolutely. I wore it. I did it. Absolutely. And I've been to another country where I was the woman and I had to walk a couple of steps behind my husband and I had to be quiet. I couldn't talk out loud and stuff. And we were doing a mission trip and he tried to show out a little bit. I couldn't wait till I got him back to that hotel room so I could show him how much of an American woman I am. While they had me quiet and covered all up and everything. We enjoy a lot of freedoms in this country that we take for granted, y'all. And that the people who put on uniforms, they fight to make sure we can continue to enjoy those freedoms. I just thought I'd share that with y'all.
I would tactfully say before the court that I know that that was probably not an easy task for our culturally sisters, for our African-American sisters, that I know that was not an easy endeavor. So
definitely not. But I did it because I needed to come home back to the United States so I could raise my children. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Keith, I placed your case number on the record. When Mr. Warhurst joins us, I want to make sure I stop and thank him for his service. And so, Mr. Keith, let me have you state your full name for the record.
My full name is Ralph Lee Keith.
All right, Mr. Keith, how are you this morning?
Pretty fair for a square.
Pretty fair for a square. All right, I'll take that today. I'll take it. All right, Mr. Keith, what's been going on with you? You're at Emmanuel House, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they treating you well there?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm compliant with all the rules and regulations. And I go to my meetings and I go to step study and I go to NA meetings and AA meetings.
All right. Look at you, Mr. Keith. Mr. Warhurst has joined us. Thank you for getting back on. Mr. Warhurst, my apologies. Thank you. Thank you for your service to this country and your service to all of us who are in this courtroom on this morning. We did not get an opportunity to thank you. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Warhurst for his service. Thank you, Mr. Warhurst. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Now you can go. You can go and enjoy the rest of your week.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Mr. Keith, thank you for letting me acknowledge Mr. Warhurst. And so, Mr. Keith, you just gave your own report. Your report is that you are in compliance. We staffed your case. Ms. Robs also reported that you are in compliance with everything that you're supposed to be doing. How are you feeling overall about the program and about your journey so far?
Well, I've been at Emmanuel House for going on 6 months, and I've been clean ever since. And I still make my meetings. I go on the virtual meetings Mondays and Fridays, and I comply with all the meetings here. And I'm learning a lot. I don't have to use no matter what. Anything I go through, I have to go through them instead of trying to go around them.
Oh my goodness, there's some folks who have turned off their camera in the courtroom. I need you to turn your camera on so I can know that you heard what Mr. Keith just said. Mr. Keith, can you say that again?
I don't have to use no matter what. I go through my problems instead of trying to go around them or avoid them.
Yes, you have to just go through it. You've got to roll up your sleeves and do the work, right? I see somebody on that LGK 40, yes, sir. That's why it's important for everybody to be in the courtroom when the cases are being heard and not turning your camera off and doing other things, because somebody may say something that resonates with you that can help you on the journey. And so thank you, Mr. Keith. Mr. Purry, you're smoking in my courtroom. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. What you can't do at the physical courthouse, you can't do in the virtual courtroom. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Keith. So you said something really profound. You can't go around your problems, can't go around your issues. You got to go through them. And that means it requires you to do some work, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're doing that work. What do you need us to help you with?
Actually, you doing all you can to help me, and I'm complying. That's about it, I just need to know where I got to go pay my fees at, or court costs and all that, and I will do that as soon as I can.
All right, and Ms. Robs will work with you on getting your fines and costs paid and all of those great things. And so Ms. Robs, your case manager, she'll work with you on that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. And so Mentor Scott, you also have Mr. Keith, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
All right.
It is, Mr. Keith has, he's doing well, and obviously to the statement he just made, just reflects that it doesn't matter how much thunder, lightning you've heard. You're never too old to understand that you can just improve yourself in every capacity. So kudos to Mr. Keith for acknowledging that. As a fellow Marine, I take my hat off to him as well. One thing I will say real quickly about Mr. Keith is that he sought me out from different veterans, Mr. Warhurst being one of them. I believe Mr. Pringle had mentioned it. Mr. Keith sought me out, and he's been very proactive. So, and as displayed by his willingness to find out where he needs to pay his fees and court costs. So, great job, Mr. Keith.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Robs, is there anything additional that you need to report out on Mr. Keith?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Keith is doing well and in full compliance.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Vikings.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Keith, great report. Your work in the program. Also, congratulations. I heard you say 6 months clean.
Yes,
that's an accomplishment.
yes. Come on, y'all. Let's celebrate Mr. Keith. 6 months. Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Mr. Keith, we're proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. Keep up the good work. Be safe. I know you're at Emmanuel House. Good place, good food. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mr. Keith. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Keith, you have a great attitude. It's so refreshing to see that, sir, in all of our people. I respect that kind of attitude that you have. Keep up the great work, sir. We are proud of you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Kashiri, is there anything you need to report out on Mr. Keith?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you again. Good morning. Mr. Keith is entirely compliant as reported. I did want to add that in addition to all of the individual and group therapy that he's receiving at Emmanuel House, he is also engaged in medication-assisted treatment, which he is compliant, and I will make sure that Ms. Robs receives the information that your court needs regarding the specifics of that. But he's doing great, and I'm so happy that he's a part of this program.
All right, very good. Mr. Keith, do you have any questions for any of the team members?
It's just one question. I need the email address, I guess, for to send in my results of my urinalysis.
All right, Miss Robs, will you connect with them and get that information?
Yes, Your Honor. I actually received them from Mr. Kushiri.
Okay, all right, very good. So Mr. Keith, circle back with Miss Robs. She's already taken care of that. She's on top of that already. So there's
Okay.
really nothing else for you to do, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, very good. Before you leave the courtroom, but let me get a return to court date, Miss Robs. What's the return to court date?
Yes, Your Honor. June 1st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
All
Okay.
right, very
June.
good. You have that, Mr. Keith?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Keith for putting on the uniform and serving this country and serving us. Thank you for your service, Mr. Keith. We appreciate you. Yes, we do. We appreciate you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Just know if you don't celebrate veterans with us, your case will be the very last case that I hear on this morning, because that's rude and disrespectful. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Keith. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care of yourself.
Alrighty.
All right, with that, I am going to go to, let's see, Mr. Pringle. Mr. Pringle, where are you? Let me have you unmute your phone. There you are, unmute for me.
All right, I'm here.
Good morning to you.
I'm blessed in yourself. Good morning to you, Judge.
All right, where are you, Mr. Pringle? You know I'm eye hustling. Where are you?
At the VA hospital. I just, well, I know you didn't ask me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it since you asked me where I am. I'm at the VA hospital. I went for a job interview Friday, and I start training today at 10 o'clock, so I'm like kind of antsy because I still have to catch the bus down to Highland Park.
All right.
At 10 o'clock.
All right, Mr. Pringle, did you tell your case manager that so they could tell me? You did.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
All right, don't miss that bus. We're not the holdup. You're waiting on the hospital, right?
Actually, I'm waiting on you.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Pringle. That makes me feel better. You are the holdup. Well, let's do it. Let's get it done. Case 200-4499701. State your name, Mr. Pringle.
Dennis Pringle.
All right, Miss Robs did report that you are doing very well. You're in compliance with everything. There have been no issues. You are working the program. You are still at Emmanuel House, doing everything that you're supposed to do. I know there's been some conversation about transitioning.
Yes.
And so Ms. Robs is going to keep me informed on that piece of it. And so I'm just glad to see you this morning. Glad to know that you're doing well. Good to see you smile on this morning. I'm not gonna hold you up. And so while I would allow everybody else to get an opportunity to speak to Mr. Pringle, if nothing has changed, I'm going to release Mr. Pringle. But before I do that, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Pringle for his service to this country by being in the armed forces. Thank you, Mr. Pringle. Oh, I see y'all clapping now. All right, yes. You must celebrate our veterans. All right, Mr. Pringle. Ms. Robs, what's the return to court date for Mr. Pringle? Uh-oh, you are muted. I think you're saying June 1st.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, June 1st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. All right, Mr. Pringle, go and be great. And next time I'll try not to be your holdup.
All right, Judge, no problem. It's okay.
All right, take care. Go get them. All right.
Your
All
Honor,
right, very good.
Your Honor, may I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
We have a Kenneth Purry, who's a intake. I think he's a veteran, and I would, if it works out, if we could go into a breakout room at this time with Mr. Purry.
Absolutely, please do. Mr. Pringle, goodbye. You holding yourself up now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I am going to send, where are you, Mr. Vikings? Hold on, I've got to find you. Okay, there you are. I see you now. Okay. So I am going to assign Mr. Attorney Fikens and
Mr. Purry.
yes, I am looking for his name. I don't know what I did. I did something. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Purry, you are going to get assigned. You all are going to get assigned to breakout room number 3. Please accept that invitation.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. All right, I am ready on, let me see. Did anyone ever get in touch with Mr. Gooden? Mr. Kusheri, did you get in touch with Mr. Gooden?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is he going to cooperate and go to treatment today?
Yes, Your Honor, he's agreeable and he will be going today.
All right, very good, Ms. Robbs, Ms. Kusheri, you all, thank you. You do an outstanding job. You truly did the legwork last week to get things together. Somebody needs to mute their device, please, to get Mr. Gooden together. And so, thank you. I need to know today. I'm going to keep him in warrant status until I get the clearance that he is in treatment, because that's where I want him. I don't want him in jail. I want him in treatment. Mr. Reed, no objection to that. Is that correct?
No objections, Judge. Thank you.
Treatment instead of jail. Absolutely. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Let's keep going. I think I want to make sure, other than Mr. Purry, that I have covered all of the veterans. Is that correct? Did someone scan the courtroom? There's someone on an LG K40. I don't know who you are. If you could unmute and tell me your name, please.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes,
My
tell
name
me.
is Samuel Williams.
Mr. Williams, is Mr. Williams in intake this morning?
Actually, I am new as far as zooming in. I too am a grateful recovering addict. I am the product of SHARE. I am currently with my sponsor. I am now over at Mayberry Grand, and
Okay. Hold on 1 second, Mr. Williams, not to cut you off. I need to find out where you're supposed to be with relationship to my docket, okay?
Okay.
And so can someone tell me what's going on with Mr. Williams? I'm going to put your name in the chat, not in the chat, I'm sorry. I'm going to put your name on the screen so I can at least know who you are. And can someone let me know what's going on with Mr. Williams? Until that time, I'm going to mute your device because you're not next in line. I just want to make sure if you needed to go to a breakout room that I squared you away, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Are there any other veterans that I need to service other than Mr. Purry, who is in the breakout going over his contract?
No, Your Honor, he's the only veteran left.
All right, very good. Thank you. And then I see that there's someone on the Lenovo Smart Tab M8. I need to know who that is. Does anybody know who that is? Sitting at the kitchen, looks like a refrigerator is in the background. Nobody knows who that is?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name, sir.
Ronnie Griffin.
Oh, that's Mr. Griffin. All right, Mr. Griffin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. I'll put your name in the screen and then we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to place you back on mute.
Okay.
All right. Unless you, yes.
Mr. Williams, I do not see him on your docket. If he has a case number, maybe I can look up his case and then come right back to you.
Yes.
He's
So
not
Mr.
on the
Williams,
docket.
he's not on my docket. So Mr. Williams, I'm going to need you to call my courtroom, 313-965-2280. Speak with my clerk so that she can find out where you belong. She can get you in the right place. Okay? You're on mute, so I need you to dial the courtroom.
Okay. Yeah, is that me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What the number again is?
965-2280. 965-2280. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And if you, Miss Drew will take care of you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. You're very welcome. All right.
Bye-bye.
If there are, with respect to the Veterans Treatment Court staff members, If you don't need to stay on for Mr. Purry, I'll excuse you at this time. Thank you for your service. I certainly appreciate you all. When Mr. Purry returns, I will resume the Veterans Treatment Court docket because it's my commitment that the veterans will go first on Tuesdays. So I
Thank
don't
you.
have you all sitting in my courtroom all day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
Just real quick, if Ms. Robs could provide me an update from Mr. Nathaniel Smith. I spoke with him. He said things were fine, just if she give me an update. If he was supposed to comply with something that she sent out to him, if she could just provide me just via email an updated status for Nathaniel Smith.
All right, Ms.
Thank you.
Robs, you good? Absolutely.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else? If not, who's going to be the mentor to Mr. Purry?
Mr. Parker, Your Honor.
Mr. Parker,
I
so you
am,
stay with us, and as soon as they're ready, we'll go forward, Mr. Parker. Thank you for your patience. Mentor Scott, Mr. Kusheri, do you need to stay on for Mr. Purry?
Yes, Your Honor, I would prefer to stay on when it's time for
you're
them.
up to go.
All right, as soon as they're ready, we'll be ready to proceed. Mentor Scott, you're welcome to stay. I'm not kicking you out, but I do thank you for your service today, and if you need to leave, you are free to leave.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Right, very good. I need everybody to please mute your devices. Please mute your device. Thank you so much. All right, very good. With that, I'm ready to go to the remainder of my docket. I have Nicole Miller. Miss Miller, please unmute yourself. Thank you for your patience to everyone that's waiting in the courtroom. Our veterans, the Tuesday is their day. And so I don't have enough veterans to place only the veterans on the docket on Tuesdays. And so you'll have to share the docket, at least for now, but the veterans will be given preference. Plus they all do get on early. They really do. So thank you for your patience this morning with people who have served all of us. All right, Miss Miller, I have the following matters for you. U304-36216, case number 19-409-7221, and case number U304-17616. State your full name for me, Miss Miller.
Nicole Renee Miller.
Uh-oh, we have a bad connection. Can you hear me, Miss Miller?
Nicole. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Someone needs to reach out to her. I just need a quick second. Someone reach out to Miss Miller and see if she can reconnect, and then I'll be right back. Thank you.
Hello, Miss Drew.
Mr. Reed? Mr. Reed?
Yes,
Miss,
I looked at that ROA. Did you get the ROA from Mr. Williams?
yeah, we trying to, we looking at it now.
It's a 2007 OWI, unadjudicated.
Correct.
It should go to the alpha judge.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
So,
Mr. Reed.
yeah, 14-year-old OWI.
Thanks, Mr. Reed. We were just saying that case need to go to the alpha judge.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Morgan. Thank you.
Well, we maybe should have interviewed him. He a veteran.
Yes.
Let me call back.
Yes.
All right, is Miss Miller on and connected and ready?
Yes, ma'am. Good
There
morning.
you are. Good morning. State your name for me.
Nicole Renee Miller.
All right, Miss Miller.
Nicole Renee Miller.
I heard you. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing very well. And so, Miss Miller, I heard some really good things are going on. You've got some clear direction about what needs to take place. And so, with respect to restoring your license, how you feel about that? You ready?
Yes, ma'am. I
All
go
right.
today.
You go today?
Yes, ma'am.
Good for you. Good for you. When
Yes,
is the last
ma'am.
time you've had a valid license?
Probably like a year and something ago. It's been a minute.
It's gonna feel good to get a real license, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Well, I am so proud of you. You took care of business. Not only have you been working on you and getting on your path of recovery, but you're also taking care of business, your other business, right? And that's a good thing.
Yes,
That's a really
ma'am.
good thing. All right, tell me what's been going on with you since the last time I've seen you. What are you doing to work on you?
Yeah, I've been working on me. I went and got a physical done. I started my community service. I got my second COVID vaccine.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid my court costs and fines and then my reinstatement fees. I've been going to my meetings, working my 12-step program. Yeah, I mean, everything's going really good, actually. I'm doing me.
Yeah, very, very good. And so what have you learned in some of these sessions that you've been going to? What have you learned so far?
Setting unrealistic expectations lead to resentments, and setting boundaries for myself, for me and my, my life and my recovery, because that's the most important thing to me, and that comes first. So,
absolutely. So you have to set
yes,
some
ma'am.
realistic expectations, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. How's work going?
Good, very good. Busy.
Okay, no issues.
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. What do you need us to help you with, if anything?
Nothing at this time. I appreciate everything from you guys. And my case manager, she's great. She's on top of it. I love it.
Yeah.
And my recovery coach is actually in the room too. She's
Miss McKinney. Yes, I'm gonna hear from Miss McKinney in just a second.
Okay.
All right. And so you've been working with Miss McKinney, Miss Miller, and doing everything you're supposed to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I'm glad to
She's
hear.
the best. She's the best recovery coach, and I say that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm grateful and thankful for her.
Well, when you have the best, make sure you take advantage of it. Okay?
Right. Yes,
That's one of those
ma'am.
areas where you can take advantage of it. Make sure you pull from her. Make sure you look to her. Make sure you're honest with her, because that's the only way she can coach you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good information, right?
Yes, ma'am. Her suggestions are amazing, and she's she keeps it real with me, and I like that, and I need that.
Absolutely. Wonderful. All right, Miss McKinney, what do you want to tell us about Miss Miller? How's she doing? Is there anything you need the court to assist with in keeping her on track?
Well, she's doing amazing. I need to say that, her awareness is right where it needs to be now, and her ability to verbalize that speaks for itself. I've told her, I've always told her I can do more for her than she can do for herself, and she used to depend. She comes to me for a lot, but like I told her, that I'm in your life to change your life, not to make a change in life, not to change it for you. And so therefore she has to do a lot of the work herself, and she's learned how to do that. So I'm just truly amazed that she has broadened her recovery foundation, where I'm not the only go-to person, and she's utilizing all the tools, and I'm just amazed at how well she's doing independently now.
All right, very good. You have a bad connection, Ms. McKinney, but we were able to understand what you were saying, one word at a time, literally. And so thank you for being here on today. With that, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, anything you'd like to add? I don't
Yes,
see, oh,
Judge.
yes, there's Mr. Reed.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Mr. Miller, congratulations. Good report. You're working the program. You sound good. You look good. I'm glad you're working toward that driver's license. I know you're going to get it. Keep up the good work. We are proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. We know it's not an easy program, but you're doing everything we ask. Keep up the good work and be safe. Thank you, Ms. Miller. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
All right.
if I might add, Your Honor, I can't say it better than Mr. Reed just did. We are very proud of you, Ms. Miller. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Ms. Cleveland, we staffed Ms. Miller's case on yesterday. Has anything changed, or is there anything additional to report out?
No, Your Honor. I think I did mention that she has paid all of her fees and costs
Yes.
here and the other one. So I'm very, very pleased to report that.
All right, very good. I'm very pleased to hear it too. All right, with that, if nothing else, Ms. Cleveland, when is Ms. Miller returning to court?
Your Honor, her next court date would be on
June 1st.
2021 at 8:30 a.m. for a Zoom hearing.
All right, Ms. Miller, did you get that?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your patience, both of you on this morning. Thank you, as we were serving our veterans first on the docket. I appreciate you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, and you have a good day.
All right, you do the same. Thank you, Ms. McKinney. Good to see you.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. I am ready on Mr. Purry, Kenneth Purry. So, Mr. Purry.
Your Honor, if I could, can Attorney Reed and Ms. Bowman, myself, go into a breakout room?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Yancey. I forgot about that. Good morning, Ms. Bowman. I'm glad to see you on this morning. I am going to assign the three of you to breakout room number 4. So that is Mr. Reed, Ms. Bowman, and Mr. Yancey.
Thank you.
Oh, where are you, Mr. Yancey? Oh, there you are. Okay. And then I don't see Mr. Morgan, and I'm not sure if Ms. Chilcutt needs to go into a breakout. I don't even see Mr. Chilcutt, Ms. Chilcutt. Okay. Mr. Morgan, does Ms. Chilcutt need to?
Yes, we should probably go in the breakout room, Your Honor.
You need an attorney in there with you?
Yes, that'll be good.
All right, as soon as I do this intake, because I need Mr. Fikes to be on for the intake, then I'll send you into you all to a breakout room, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, very good. I have the following matters for Kenneth Purry, U569-12120, U576-56520, U582-57420. Mr. Purry, please state your full name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Kenneth Purry.
All right, we're glad you're here this morning, Mr. Purry.
Thank you, and I apologize for smoking in your courtroom.
All right, you're new to the courtroom. That's why I didn't do, it throws me off. I see smoke. I don't know what's going on, a circus, court, magic trick. I just don't know. And I want it to be court, okay? So
I understand.
So thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. With that, Mr. Fikes, how are we proceeding first with Mr. Purry?
Yes, Your Honor. I had a chance to speak with the prosecutor And there's an offer that if he pleads guilty on U 582-574-20, this court could consider reducing that to disorderly conduct and dismissing the other two matters upon successful completion of Veterans Treatment Court. If he's unsuccessful, of course, it means, according to the prosecutor's offer, that all three charges would be reinstated.
All right, Mr. Purry, do you understand the offer that's before you?
Yes, ma'am, I do, and I appreciate it.
All right, very good. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. All right, you can place your hand down. Mr. Ficus, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in each of these matters, you have a right to a trial, correct?
I do.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Correct.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
I am.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty on that one matter today?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to his constitutional waiver.
All right, as to the factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, on November 10th of 2020, were you in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you in possession of narcotic or drugs or narcotics?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I am as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I am amending the matter to disorderly conduct pursuant to the recommendation of the prosecuting attorney. And of course, I'm dismissing the remaining two matters. They are dismissed without prejudice with a stipulation of probable cause.
And defendant would so stipulate, Your Honor.
Wonderful. I'm also dismissing and reducing the charge, Mr. Ficus, or amending the charge with the understanding that your client must successfully complete Veterans Treatment Court, and his failure to do so will result in the reinstatement of all of these charges. Your client understands that, is that correct?
That is correct. Ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. With that, I am ready to process Mr. Purry for entrance into our Veterans Treatment Court. Ms. Robs, are you presenting Mr. Purry today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before the court, we have Mr. Kenneth Purry. He is a 60-year-old African-American male. He is an Army veteran. His charge is narcotic and drug-related. His highest level of education is some college. He has 3 adult children. He does admit to having a substance abuse challenge to both crack cocaine since the age of 23 and alcohol since the age of 14. He reports his last use on April 16, 2021. Since then, his urinalysis has been negative. He does not have any prior felony convictions for a violent offense. He has not participated in specialties court in the last 10 years. He reports being very eager to participate in the program. His mentor is Mr. Parker. I did, Your Honor, send him the information for his Needs Plus assessment, and I have not received that as of yet. He is in the process of completing his assessment with Mr. Kushiri. And Your Honor, I'm here today to present him as a candidate for Veterans Treatment Court.
All right, Ms. Robs, did he do the Needs Plus at 36th District Court?
Your Honor, I sent it to him. I have not yet received the results.
All right, Mr. Purry, we need that assessment, you to get it done, okay?
Listen, Your Honor, I did it last night. I worked all the way up to the part where it said, thank you for completing this survey. But when I tried to send it through, the AT&T was having some problems. And we called AT&T and they said the problem would be resolved today.
Okay.
I just hope that the information is still there and I don't have to go through that long test again. But I did complete it last night as I was instructed to do.
Well, good luck. I hope it's there too. But if not, you'll have to redo it. Let's hope it's still there, okay? Mr. Purry, is he going silent or is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. Let's continue to go. Anyone else have any information before I go to the attorneys that I need to know about Mr. Purry with respect to his acceptance into Veterans Treatment Court?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Right, thank you. Good morning again. Mr. Purry and I have been in communication since he chose Stockton as a self-referral to Veterans Treatment Court. His assessment was completed. He is compliant with all of his treatment, individual and group work via Emmanuel House. Since his assessment, he has requested CWT consultation because he wants to get into voc rehab with the VA to find gainful employment. He completes Emmanuel House in June on the 15th, and he plans to transition back to his fiance. At that time, he is agreeable to maintain outpatient services for substance use disorder programming, and he is agreeable to all recommendations as clinically indicated.
All right, very good, very good. All right, Mr. Fikens, anything you'd like to tell me about Mr. Purry?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Mr. Purry and I had a very good conversation about the charges against him, about Veterans Treatment Court. He was certainly interested and willing to come into Veterans Treatment Court, one of the more accepting people, I guess is the best word that I've talked to in a long, long time. So we had a pleasant conversation. He was certainly respectful and wants to, I think he said he's kind of sick and tired of doing what he used to do and wants to change things around. So we talked about how the program would be for 12 months. We talked about the need for testing, which he already does, the need for counseling, which he already does, and the need for NA meetings, which he already does. So he hit the ground running, Judge, and we're happy. I'm happy to ask that he be included as a member of the Veterans Treatment Court.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Mr. Purry, what do you want me to know about you?
Well, I'm working on completely changing the way I think. I've been using drugs and alcohol for a very long time. And I think that it's about time for us to change because my life was totally unmanageable. I was hurt to all the people around me.
Yeah.
And I have a very good support team as well as family.
And so you're willing to do this, Mr. Purry? You're willing to come into the program and work it?
Very much so, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so you said you have a good support team. Who's on your support team?
Well, my fiance, Julia, who I've known for over 40 years. My best friend, I call him my Uncle Terry Chase, who constantly on my case. And then I have 5 sisters and a brother that supports me as well as my children.
All right, very good. Do they know what you struggle with, Mr. Purry? Are you
Yes, they
honest
do.
with them about it?
Yes. Well, you know what? My daughters are so, I don't know. We have a strange relationship with my daughters, but through my son, who's in the middle, I communicated with them and let them know where I was, what I was doing, and why. So they are both at home. Both my daughters, strangely, are suffering with COVID right now. So it's kind of, I didn't want to put anything, more on their plate. I just want to concentrate on getting well.
Okay. All right. And certainly it's up to you what you share with your family. But I do know that it's very important to get that support, that if people don't know what you're going through, especially people that are supposed to love us, which I'm sure your children do, then they don't know how to help you. They don't know how to, maybe some of their behaviors they would change if they knew what you were going through. Maybe some things that they do, they won't do it in your presence or around you because they know what you're going through. So I'm going to leave that totally up to you, but I just wanted to share that with you, okay?
Your Honor, I would just like to add that through the grace of God, I think that my children has learned, through my mistakes, and they don't use drugs, they don't drink. They're very upstanding young adults, and I'm thankful for that.
Good,
I think they seen what I went through, and they say, "Hey, I don't want to go through that."
Yeah. All right, very good. Look, Mr. Purry, you've served in the Army. What did you do in the Army?
I was a mechanic.
All right, very good. Did that transfer into your civilian life after the Army?
Unfortunately not.
No.
No, I went into management. I didn't like getting my hands dirty and taking a week to clean my fingernails. So I went into business management.
All right, very good. Look, Mr. Purry, if you want to work this program, we want to work it with you. We want to be here to assist you and to help you. And so as you've been in the courtroom on this morning, it's a lot of work, but it's good work. It's doable.
Yeah.
Yes. It's work that if you do it and you work hard with us, that you will be able to reap all of the benefits for being a part of this program. And so I want to see you do it. You've served this country. I would like to get the opportunity for us, the team at 36th District Court, to be able to serve you. If you come into our Veterans Treatment Court, you'll be assigned a case manager, Ms. Robs, who works with our veterans. She does an excellent job. You'll also have Ms. Kusheri that will be working with you, as well as you'll be assigned a mentor, Mr. Parker. You'll also have access to our two defense attorneys, Attorney Reed and Attorney Fikens, as well as to all of the team in specialty court. We all work together. We do what it takes to get it done, to make sure the people who have been entrusted to us, that they are taken care of. And so I'd love for you to come on board and work with us if you're willing to do that. Do I have your commitment to do it?
Yes, you do, Your Honor. I plan on chasing my recovery just as hard as I chased them drugs for over 40 years.
Come on, if I can get that kind of commitment from you, then I know you can make it. Absolutely. If you go after recovery the way you went after everything else, you're going to be just fine, Mr. Purry. Yes, you are. Well, look, I'm looking forward to working with you, Mr. Fikens. Did you take the time to determine that your client is in fact eligible to participate in specialty court?
Yes, Your Honor, he is eligible.
All right, no issues that need to be brought before the court. Mr. Purry, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And Ms. Robs, did you take the time to determine whether or not Mr. Purry is, or if he's ever been, a violent offender, and if he is a substantial risk to the public?
Yes, Your Honor. According to the lien, he's not a substantial risk to the public, and he's not a violent offender, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. And Mr. Purry, you acknowledge that you have an issue with substances and you're willing to work on it. Is that correct?
Definitely, Your Honor.
All right, then with that, we welcome you to our Veterans Treatment Court. We look forward to working with you. That work starts on today. Ms. Robs, Mr. Fikens your attorney did go through what is going to become this court's order. Is that correct? He went through that with you?
He did. He was very.
All right, very good. And so it starts today. Veterans Treatment Court starts today. So I want you to roll up your sleeves and jump in today and start working for you while we're working for you today as well. In fact, Mr. Fikens already started working for you even before court, because he went to the prosecutors and got a really good deal for you.
Yes,
if you work this program, when you get finished, you're going to walk away with no matters at 36th District Court and a clean record. And that's a wonderful thing, Mr. Purry.
That's right.
It feels good already.
All right, very good.
Thank you, guys. I'm looking forward to being one of the best.
All right, we're getting a bad connection with you, but I know you can hear us, and we've gotten the bulk of everything covered. And so, Ms. Robs, what's the return to court date for Mr. Purry?
Your Honor, would you prefer him to come next week until we get the needs plus, or?
Yes, absolutely. The needs plus, as well as the clinical assessment. So he'll have to be on my docket next week, which means that is the 25th. Is that correct, Ms. Rob?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you'll return to see me next week. Was Tuesday, the 25th.
Okay, at what time?
At 8:30 a.m. Okay, get on time, because I do the veterans first, okay? And we start at 8:30.
I will.
All right, very good. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, you as well.
All right, before you leave the courtroom, I need everybody to join me in thanking Mr. Purry for serving this country, therefore serving us by serving in the armed forces. Come on, let's say thank you to Mr. Purry. Thank you, Mr. Purry. All right, we look forward to working with you. Take care.
All right.
All right, very good. All right, I am ready on, let's see, Counsel Zelenak. Is it Zelenak?
Good morning, Your Honor, and I extend greetings from Judge Elizabeth Mimi Mullins. I'm prosecuting in her courtroom today, and I have an awful signal here. I apologize, but she extends her greetings. She's on the bench, and she's a terrific judge. You guys trained her well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Make sure you tell her I said hello, and I'm so proud of her. Please let her know I had her number in my cell phone. I no longer have it. She needs to reach out to me. I want us to stay connected, okay?
I sure will. In fact, I will make certain, and if not, I'll chat you her cell phone number. I think you probably have it though, Judge.
But yeah, it got erased from my phone, you know.
And so I apologize for being in and out and in and out.
That's
And
okay.
I have this sinking feeling that my client, who was sent to you by Judge Bryant, has not checked in today.
Who is your client, counsel?
His name is Whitehead. It's Rodney Whitehead, Whitehead.
Oh.
Ronnie is the first name, and we pled him to reckless driving, and he ended up being a bit of a recalcitrant in accepting things, and Judge Bryant wisely presumed that he would do well in your court. It was a drunk driving reduced to a reckless, and I don't see, he didn't show up to my office, Judge, today to go on Zoom, and I'm stuck here in Southgate. So.
All right. And so, counsel, we did talk about, we were expecting Mr. Whitehead. We talked about him in staffing. It was reported that he has not been receptive of coming into specialty court. He was, however, ordered to appear before me on this morning at 8:30. He has failed to do so. I'm ready to call his case. And what I'll do is I'm going to place a KPS on the record. I'll notify Judge Bryant that he did not show up. And then hopefully if you can get him to come on or to appear with Judge Bryant, by all means do that. But until then, I'm left with no other alternative but to place a KPS in the system for him, okay?
Well, Your Honor, that's fair as fair. And I enjoyed watching your court. I sit on the Veterans Court here with Judge Mullins and then the Sobriety Court in Lincoln Park, where I'm city attorney there too. Not to burden you, but this is my daughter, Amelia, who's helping me prosecute. She's a Wayne Law alum.
Let's see, where is she? I don't see her. Good morning. I think you're delayed.
And she's also got a master's in biomedical engineering, so she's overqualified to be a prosecutor.
All right.
Sorry, Judge.
Oh, no, absolutely. As you should, proud father. Absolutely. All right. Let me call your client's case number. It's 1-800-4635-901.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry to intervene with that. And
uh-oh, I don't know that he can hear me. We must be delayed. All right. The client.
I can hear you, Judge. I got a bad.
All right. The client's name is Ronnie Whitehead. And so, counsel, you don't know where your client is on this morning, but state your appearance for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Zelenak, P27611, attorney for the defense. He traditionally appears in my office in Lincoln Park to Zoom there because he does not have access to computers. He's indicated to me that he's been in and out homeless. He's not driving, but nonetheless, Your Honor, he has failed to appear at my office, failed to contact me today. I'm ready to proceed for his admission to your specialties court, and we'd like the opportunity, but the court has to do what the court has to do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. As I indicated earlier, I am going to issue a KPS. Ms. Drew, that KPS will indicate that he was assigned to specialty court, referred to specialty court, so you can stamp it, please. And so the bond will be set at a remand that when we get him, they'll bring him before me. As I indicated to you, Attorney Zelenak, if you are able to contact him, I want to work with people. And so if you can get him and get him into my courtroom or to Judge Bryant's courtroom, we will work with him. But until then, there will be a warrant in the system for his arrest.
Fair enough, Your Honor. It's a pleasure being in your court, watching your proceedings with the folks who need that specialty help. You're taking a major task that's demonstrative, and I hope you succeed very well. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Good to see you, you and your daughter. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. With that, Mr. Parker, you are free to leave. We have covered all of our veterans. Thank you so much for your service this morning. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Enjoy your day.
All right, you do the same.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Morgan wanted to go into a breakout room with myself and Ms. Chillicott. I think that's
yes. All right, let me do that. And then I'm ready on Mr. McGraw. let's see. There she is. All right, I am assigning Miss Chilcutt to breakout room number 5. Mr. Fikens, I'm moving you there as well. And I think you said Mr. Morgan wanted to go as well. And so I am assigning Mr. Morgan to breakout room number 5. All right, very good. With that, Mr. McGraw, can you unmute for me, please? Good morning, Mr. McGraw.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
Fine.
Very good, very good. All right, Mr. McGraw, I have the following for you. Case number 190601, 4101. State your full name for the record.
Patrick McGraw.
All right, Mr. McGraw, things are going well with you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell me what's been going on.
Well, let's see. I got my fines paid off down there with y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that in for you. So, you know, it's like just taking that next I gotta get this that community service done. So knock off everything one step at a time. I got the money paid off. That was the hard part. Everything else would be this easy part.
All right. You back with Miss Gail?
Yes, yes.
How's that going, Mr. McGraw?
It was going fine. Like she told me, just stop letting things overwhelm me. She's like, you got a destination, and on that destination, that dead weight, you got that to drop, that dead weight on off. I gotta get this done.
Yes, sir. You do, and not just done to be done with the program, but done.
As in a lot of things behind me. It's always be some obstacles in front of you. Just take them as they come. Quit trying to worry about everything as the day as it comes.
There you go. Very good. I'm glad to see that you're back on track, because I know that, and I don't know, Miss Cleveland, we've already talked about the mishap that took place. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so we are back on track, if that's what you reported.
Yes, Your Honor.
And nothing has changed.
No, he's actually doing very well and complying with court orders.
All right, very good. Mr. McGraw, what do you think is helping you to get back on track?
Actually, though, I've been kind of enjoying that. I've been going on like that. It's like an NA, like international. It's like 24, and it's amazing that it's people all over the world at different times. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning here, and somebody going through a problem you have, or you can relate to it.
Yes, absolutely. So you understand you're not the only one, right?
Yeah, and then I done found myself actually. Just say I maybe didn't know, been on there for a while. It may be 2 o'clock in the morning. I may just get on there just to have something else to think about or do. And it's just, it's kind of amazing to me. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Oh, basically, like I didn't put in a lot of things that I was basically kind of, best way to put it. A lot of times I was kind of afraid to let my own, get in touch with my own feelings. And it's like, you kind of, use things to kind of push that off and not deal with things.
Yeah. And we can, and is that good? Is that something good to do or something we shouldn't be doing?
Oh no, I mean, just get in touch with your real feelings. That's the real you. And sometimes you suppress that for so long that you kind of almost forget how it is just to feel all right about yourself. It's okay to be all right with yourself. Some days it's okay to say, dang, I'm having a bad day. Let me just stick to myself and just like this weekend. I was just out there doing yard with my wife. She know I hate pulling weeds. She's like, you pulling weeds? What's going on with you? I said, I hate it. But But I went and got the flowers. When I got the flowers, I pulled up all the weeds, prep the yard, mess with that stinking old dirt, that. But I had fun. It was cool. I know I couldn't get in no mess, no trouble. We had a good time.
Yes. Yeah. So you're exploring, even doing things that you might not like doing, but they're not harmful to you, right?
It's not just like I hate doing it, but I did it with a smile.
I'm sure your wife appreciated it too.
Oh yeah, she was laughing like, yeah, I see your butt taking stuff for real now, huh? Because wives and women, when y'all right about something, y'all can dag somebody with it, especially y'all can poke real good.
Yes, sir, we do. We do. Thank you. I won't even deny it. I won't waste trying to deny it. Yes, we do. We do. We do. Look, Mr. McGraw, I'm glad to see you. You're back on track. How's your daughter doing?
Oh yeah. She's been maintaining that 3.7, and now you just brought that up. Now she's been talking about this driver's training.
Oh yes.
So as a father, you tell me letting your daughter get being a parent when it's time to share your kid with the world, it's scary.
It is. It is. But it's got to happen, right?
That's
why we have to set good examples, or at least try, right?
Oh yeah.
And we have to just equip them to be able to function in the world, because it's going to happen.
Oh,
right?
That's part, because me and my friends, because they already got older kids, so they've been prepping like, Pat, you and your daughter best friends are gonna become a wild one. She ain't gonna like you that much no more. You're just gonna be that ATM. That is dislike you, but you're not gonna be her best friend no more. But like you say, they get older, they kind of gravitate back to you because they can understand some of the things in life that you was trying to tell them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It will happen. It will happen. All right. Miss Cleveland, anything new to report on Mr. McGraw?
No, Your Honor. He is scheduled for a face-to-face on June 1st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
All right. Did you get that, Mr. McGraw?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be here on time.
All right. Mr. Reed, anything you'd like to share with Mr. McGraw before he leaves?
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Mr. McGraw. Good report. You have such a great attitude. We're proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. We know it's not easy, but you're working the program. Keep up that good attitude. I know you're proud of your daughter. I heard you say 3.7. That's some good grades.
Yes.
Good grades. Be safe, Mr. McGraw. Thank you, sir.
All right, very good. Mr. McGraw, I want you to go and have a great week. If you need to plant some more flowers or pull up some more weeds, continue to do it with a smile.
I got to do that right now. My wife going to work, so if I go clean up the house, put some on the grill, so when I go pick up my daughter at 2:50, and she come with everything done.
There you go. And I want to encourage you to continue to work on you. You deserve it. You're a good guy, Mr. McGraw.
Yeah, I just made some mistakes, but that's life. I don't know nobody who ain't made no mistakes.
Nobody, including me. So you are absolutely right.
Yeah, my mother say, when you fall down, take some dump, put it on you. Hey, you'll be all right. Keep moving.
And get up, get back up again. Absolutely. All right, Mr. McGraw, you'll do your face-to-face with Miss Cleveland on June 1st, and then you'll see me, okay?
No problem.
All right, take care.
Yes, ma'am, you too.
All right, thank you. All right, I am going to Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, unmute for me.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Lewis. All right, wait a minute. Ms. Cross, every time I get ready to call your case, you're not in the camera. I don't call cases if I don't see the people. All right, Mr. Lewis, I'm gonna mute you because Ms. Cross has been on for a while. And then I'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. All right. Miss Lewis, Ms. Cross, I'm gonna have you unmute. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. State your full name for me.
Roberta Cross.
All right. I don't see Miss Cross on my docket this morning.
You're
She's on for Thursday. Go ahead, Miss Cleveland.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's not in any jeopardy or anything like that, but that is the date, not today's date, but the 20th is the date that and I didn't even see her sitting up there.
No, she kept getting out of her camera. Miss Cross, your hearing is not until Thursday.
Oh, okay. All right.
What you doing? Miss Cleveland, is she, do you have where her case notes are accessible right now?
Yes, Your Honor. And we staffed her yesterday as well.
Right, because we did staff for Thursday. I'm gonna call your case, Miss Cross. I'm not gonna have you come back and sit on Thursday again, but write your date down next time, okay?
I did write it down. I guess I heard wrong.
All right, that's okay. I'm still glad to see you this morning, and especially no issues. All right, here we go. I have SP 923-033, counts 1 and 2, and case number Z8060891 for Roberta Cross. All right, Miss Cross, you doing all right? Even though you early, you all right?
Yes. I actually started working with my brother, helping him with his business because some of his workers quit. So I've been busy.
All right, very good. And what kind of business does your brother do?
He do exhaust systems and cut grass.
And you're gonna work with them?
I've been cutting grass with him.
Look, you've been operating a lawnmower?
No, just picking up the weeds and stuff, putting the stuff in the bags.
Oh, okay, because I was about to say, I stand in protest. When we drive by and we see women cutting the grass, my husband always says, you need to learn how to operate that lawnmower. And I say, never, ever. I'm not operating that lawnmower. I don't want to know how to operate that lawnmower. I don't even want to know how to turn it on. He's like, at least know how to turn it on. I don't want to know how to turn it on. So I was gonna say, I'm gonna edit this out of the court if Miss Cross she's running lawnmowers and weed whackers, and I will not even look at them, Miss Cross. I won't do it. I won't do it. All right, but you up and getting out and doing something, right?
Yes.
How does that feel?
It feels good.
It feels good. Keeps you busy, right?
Yes, that's what it does.
Doing some good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing to work on you, Miss Cross?
Working on me, I have been doing my groups and my meetings and just staying out of the way, keep myself busy so I ain't even got to think about what I do, think about the bad stuff.
All right, very good. And so, Miss Cross, are you still meeting with your counselor?
Yes, actually, I have a meeting today at 1.
All right, very good. Do you still find that to be helpful?
Yes, she actually said she gonna extend it because she said the program was for 3 months. She said, but she gonna extend me to another 3 months.
Okay.
But
good.
I said that's fine because I like it.
Good. Oh, I get excited when people are willing to do what they need to do to help themselves, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Good for you, Miss Cross. Very good. Very good. All right. What do you need us to help you with?
Nothing right now.
Nothing. How are your kids and your fiance doing? And you don't talk about them much.
The kids are doing fine, and he's doing fine. He's at work.
Okay.
The babies, right now they're in school.
Okay.
And the oldest ones that at home working with them on school.
Okay. How's that going?
My daughter had to play catch up. My youngest girl, she had to play catch up because her computer was down. So when I took it up to the school to get it fixed, they said it was gonna be another week before she got another one. So I just went out and got her another one. But she's doing good. She caught up in her class. She got one more class to catch up. But just like, and she got to stay caught up because she at Renaissance. Renaissance is like one of the hardest schools to get in. So she want to stay here. So she catching up pretty good on her own.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Miss Cross, is there anything you need us to help you with?
No, not right now.
All right. Miss Cleveland, what else do you want me to know about Miss Cross since she's 2 days early?
Well, she and I have been talking, and she is aware that June 4th date is coming up for the arms. That's part of the sobriety court weekend. So we had a discussion about that, and I'll call and talk to her more about that. And then she's also reached out to me as far as her community service has started. So she's on a good path in phase 2 right now to make good progress.
All right, Miss Cross, you're doing it. I want you to keep up the great work, okay?
I will.
All right,
I want to ask you something.
Yes, ma'am. What do you want to ask me?
I'm trying to think what it was. Well, she said she's gonna send me the information about the arms program. So that way. Oh, I know. How do I make the payments to the court.
All right, you're gonna get with Miss Cleveland off the record, and Miss Cleveland will give you instructions on how to get that done, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay, 'cause I
very
want to
good.
start making my payments.
Yes, ma'am, and we want you to. We have our hands out. Look at Mr. Morgan, we have our hands out, ready to receive. Yes, we are. All right. Ms. Cross said, you mentioned money, everybody chime in. Mr. Fight leaned up. I see it. All right, so get with Miss Cleveland and she'll set you up, tell you what you need to do to get your payments in, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Any other questions, Ms. Cross?
No.
All right, Miss Cleveland, let's give Miss Cross a return to court date or a face-to-face date, and Miss Cross gonna get it right. All right, Miss Cleveland, what is she doing?
Your Honor, she'd be coming for a face-to-face on June 1st, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
All right, did you hear that, Miss Cross?
June 1st, yes.
June 1st it is. All right, I'll see you then. Take care.
You too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, let me just check really quickly. Miss Cleveland, can you inbox me about Mr. Griffin? You had some test results waiting.
Yes, but Mr. Griffin should be going into a breakout room with either Attorney Reeder or Attorney Fikens, because he was seen already last week regarding those test results, and you actually put him on you ordered him to get that expedited assessment done, which he missed on Saturday. Mr. Killing made an appointment, he missed, but then there was another appointment that he was supposed to see Mr. Killing yesterday, and Mr. Killing contacted me and said he didn't go.
And has he also missed his test as well?
No, it was those screens that he had. I have to check. Sometimes the post is not up, but I'll check again right now while he's in the breakout.
I need to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. He missed 2 meetings with Mr. Killings.
Yes, they were scheduled on Saturday for the expedited assessment, and then I think his regular meeting was on Monday, and Mr. Killing sent out the transportation to go and get him, and they called him on his cell phone, and he said that he did not answer the phone. This is what Mr. Killing is reporting.
All right. And so when we staffed, though, you indicated that he had missed his test on today. That would have been Monday. He did not miss a drug screen on Monday.
I'm going to check, Your Honor, just to make sure that I reported correctly.
All right. And you said there were 2 pending tests.
Yes.
And all right. And so I am going to place him in a breakout room. Who's going in the breakout room with Mr. Griffin? Because Mr. Griffin, when you're scheduled for assessments, you must appear. You must appear. Who's going in the breakout room with Mr. Griffin?
Judge, I can go in. I didn't hear I can go in. I went in the breakout room with Miss Bowman. So when you call her case, I will be ready to talk to her. I believe Mr. Fikens went in with Mr. Lewis.
Okay,
So,
Mr. Lewis is up next.
okay, so I'll go with Mr. Griffin, Judge.
All right, I'm sending Attorney Reed and Mr. Ronnie Griffin to breakout room number 6. Please accept that invitation.
And Your Honor, there was no missed test. I'm just waiting on pending results from tests. He has been testing.
All right, very good. All right, let's keep going. I am ready on Mr. Lewis. Good morning again to you, Mr. Lewis.
Good morning.
All right, I have the following matter for Jalen Lewis, 200-593-5001. State your full name for the record, Mr. Lewis.
Jalen Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, you know why you're here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me what's going on, Mr. Lewis.
Had a few drinks.
Now, what made you have a few drinks?
I got a good answer for that, to be honest.
Okay. I appreciate you being honest with me and letting me know, but you also know that there are consequences for your choices, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol while you're in this program, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what's going on with you?
It really like I ain't got a good answer. I was just really like hanging out, and everybody was drinking. I was drinking too. And that's pretty much to sum that up.
All right. So you're hanging out with people who are obviously, and we know that alcohol is legal, but did these people know what you're going through, what kind of program you're in, and what your limitations are?
A couple of them.
Okay, and they still stood around and watched you drink?
It was more like a group setting, so like, ain't nobody else responsible for my actions but me.
Yeah, that's true. But I have some dear friends, I'm asking that, because if they know what I'm going through and they see me about to do something crazy, they not having it. They just not having it. Ultimately, it's my decision, but they not having it. So I was just trying to check the caliber of friends that you're hanging out with, that if they know what you're going through and nobody tried to encourage you to do something different, I'm asking you about that because maybe you need to choose some different people to be around until you get to a better place with the requirements that you're doing in this program. What do you think about that?
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. What, did you do anything else other than drinking?
No, I haven't been doing nothing, like, honestly.
All right. Mr. Lewis, drinking is a problem in the program. It's definitely a problem. I know that you're seeing Mr. Killings. Did you talk to Mr. Killings about this?
I talked to him yesterday. Didn't really bring that part up, but I go to my first group on Wednesday, so tomorrow.
Okay, I want you to talk to Mr. Killings, and if you feel that you want to talk about it in group, by all means do that. But I want you to talk to Mr. Killings about it, okay?
Okay.
How did you get there to the point that you know what the consequences could be if you drink? The consequences could be going to the Wayne County Jail, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You also asked me to allow you to do outpatient treatment as opposed to inpatient treatment, and I did that, right?
And I appreciate that.
Right, but you also know that if I allowed you to do the inpatient treatment and you're out there drinking, I'm sorry, I allowed you to do the outpatient treatment and you're out there drinking, one of the consequences would be that you're going to go to inpatient treatment, right?
It's a bad look.
I'm sorry.
I said, yes, ma'am. It's a bad look.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I want you to bring that up to Mr. Killings because that's problematic for me. That's really problematic for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been going to your intensive outpatient?
Yeah, like I just really got back in contact with Mr. Killings over the weekend and everything, and I met back up with him Monday. So it was just like I was put off.
So you had to stop going?
No, I never stopped going. It was just I was waiting on him to contact me, and he contacted me over the weekend, and we met up on Monday. Like I remember last week, I was telling y'all that it was just moving a little bit slower.
Right.
But I got my papers and everything. Got this from him and everything yesterday. He told me we'll speak some more after group or whatever tomorrow. So
how's your job going, Mr. Lewis?
I actually got an orientation for like a closer job, a more convenient job today at 12:30.
All right.
So it's a little plant job through a temp agency. So I'm 14 and a half miles. I'm on there and back in 7 miles, so it'd be a little bit cheaper to travel.
All right, very good. Mr. Lewis, you want to work, right?
Yes, ma'am, and I apologize about this.
Right. You understand that if I have to send you to inpatient treatment, you won't get the opportunity to show up for work, right?
Yes.
You understand if I send you to the Wayne County Jail, you won't have the opportunity to show up for work, right?
Correct.
So it sounds like you need to make some choices that coincide with the things that are important to you. Working is important to you, okay?
Yes.
So you need to make some choices that will allow you to continue to work, right?
Okay.
Until we can get you to that place where you're on a path of recovery, where you're making good choices because it's just the right thing to do for you.
Yeah, and
ironically, on everything else.
The day before yesterday, one of the NA meetings was talking about decision making. So.
And what did you learn in that meeting about decision making?
I need to make better decisions.
And what's the first step to making better decisions?
Um, that's a good question.
You didn't ask that in the meeting?
No, I really don't be speaking much in the meetings. Not much of a public speaker.
Okay. All right, but you know that your decision-making process is a little flawed right now, right?
Yes.
So you should think about asking that question. Where do I start with making a good decision? Because where I start may not be where you start. Where I start is I think about the consequences. Is it worth it? If I make this decision, how is it going to impact me today? How is it going to impact me next week? How is it going to impact me 4 or 5 years from now? That's where I start. I'm big on consequences. And probably because I grew up down south, and you know, when you made bad choices, they put that leather to your rear end, and I didn't like that. So I always started off with consequences. Some people start off in a different place. So you might need to ask that question in your meetings. You know, what do you recommend as a good place to start? For me, if the consequences were too much, I'm good, count me out. Does that mean I never made any mistakes or did anything wrong in life? Absolutely not. It's just that I thought I could deal with the consequences, or the benefit I thought I was going to get out of it outweighed the consequences, and I didn't. And of course, I learned differently, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So your decision-making process, you need to work on that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Lewis, let me ask you this. What do you recommend that I do since you decided to take some drinks? What do you recommend?
I mean, can't say I'm at your mercy.
That's not my question. My question is, what do you recommend for yourself? That's my question.
Me personally, I say give me another chance, but that's not a good answer.
No, I didn't ask you what's a good answer. I asked you, what do you think I should do, or how should I respond?
Give me the opportunity to fix it.
Give you the opportunity to fix it. Okay. All right. Who went in the breakout room with Mr. Lewis? Mr. Ficus, what do you want to tell me?
Judge, and I thank you for the opportunity of speaking, for allowing me to speak with my client. I appreciated his honesty. He didn't try to dodge it at all. He just accepted responsibility. I appreciate that. But, you know, we talked about, much like what you talked about consequences, about actions, about how he needs to be stubborn about things. And if the people, you know, if he can't be stubborn about not drinking, hanging out with people, then maybe he shouldn't be hanging out with those people who he can't be stubborn with. And I think he understands the Judge. He is new to the program. He certainly has to understand that this isn't an easy program, but it is accomplishable. And he needs to know that he can get it done, but he's got to be hard on himself. Can't hang out with the boys drinking. He can hang out with the boys if he's stubborn. But if that doesn't work well, then he's got to get new friends and get people who will help him. And I think he understands that, Judge. I know he feels bad about this. He is new to the program, Your Honor, but that's an important, you know, it's important falling down is drinking. This is a sobriety program.
Yes. All right. Very good. Miss Cleveland, you have a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. I also would like to add that Mr. Lewis is making improvements in one area of his testing. And it was surprising to see this other area come back as a positive. And he's learning about it today because we just recently learned about it as well. So I want to encourage him, before I make my recommendation, I want him to encourage him to stay committed to the program and understand that these things do bear out. We do find these things out, and sometimes it doesn't happen until the day you're in court. So I would like to recommend, I did speak with Mr. Killing this morning because I have alerted him to this matter. Mr. Killing and I are working together with him, getting that intensive counseling that he needs. He is doing the 12 steps, Your Honor, with the NA, but I think he also needs to now add the AA in there. That would be one of my recommendations. And Mr. Killing wants to speak with him after he leaves from court today, because we are going to work together. I'm recommending that I be allowed to continue to work with Mr. Killing and Mr. Lewis to make sure that these intensive counseling sessions occur as ordered, and that he remains in contact with me, and he be given an additional chance without a sanction this time, just possibly a verbal warning.
All right, very good. So Mr. Lewis, you heard the recommendations.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to meetings every day now?
Yes, through Zoom. So this is my first in-person meeting tomorrow with the group.
Right. All right. So Miss Cleveland, while we're working on getting him, and making sure the intensive outpatient treatment is taking place, I'm not going to increase the number of meetings because he's already going every day.
Okay.
But I will indicate, I think that that's a good idea, is that, when you're in those meetings, I know you don't like to talk, but if since you're doing NA, which I think that's the one he really does need to do, you might want to ask some questions or listen. I'm sure people talk about alcohol usage as well, right?
Yeah, they be talking about drug use, alcohol use, a lot of different things.
There you go. So I want you to continue to go every day, one meeting every day. Write down what you learned, where you went, all of those good things so that we can verify that you've been there, okay? And that you're getting something out of the meetings. The other thing that you're going to do by way of a sanction is you're going to write a one-page paper for me.
Okay, about what?
And it's going to be about the importance of making better decisions or making good decisions, good choices. The importance, why is that important? And I want you in that paper to include, where are you going to start with making better choices? What are you going to do? Okay?
No problem.
He's got to have that paper for his next court visit, which I'm going to put him out 2 weeks. And so he's got to have it for his next court hearing. And I need you to make sure you remind me that he needs to share it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now that's a pretty light sanction, Mr. Lewis. Please make sure you get it done. It's not just to help you, but I also want you to keep in mind that in writing this paper, you're going to help somebody in the courtroom. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. You have any questions for me?
Not at the moment.
All right. I want to encourage you to keep working. I'm glad you have an interview today. You go in there and give it your best shot. Get that job closer to home so that you don't have to pay so much money to go so far out, and continue to work on you. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Miss Cleveland, when do you have Mr. Lewis coming back?
Your Honor, he will be returning for 8:30 a.m. on June 1st, 2021.
That's 2 weeks?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I know, June, half a year already. Yes.
Yes, that's amazing. So June 1st is when I'll see you again, Mr. Lewis, at 8:30, okay?
All right, have a good day.
All right, you do the same. Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Cleveland, Mr. Lewis is testing 3 times a week. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, he is. And I still have some additional pending ones that are coming up.
All right, he'll continue to test 3 times.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Lewis, take care.
All right.
All right, very good. I am ready on, let me see, Miss Chilcutt. I'm ready for you. If you could unmute. Mr. Morgan, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll need you to, Mr. Morgan, is this something we need to take back to staffing, or are you good to proceed with Ms. Chilcutt today?
Mr. Pikens, we probably need to take it back to staffing.
I think so too, Judge. We don't have results yet. I want to see those, but I think staffing would be an excellent idea.
All right, did Ms. Chilcutt go and test on yesterday like I ordered her to?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and so Ms. Chilcutt, you know you're not scheduled to be on my docket today, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you know why you're here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Chilcutt, this is not working. It's not working. You're not showing up for your test. You find money and means to get to everything that you want to do. And it's usually the stuff that you shouldn't be doing, places you shouldn't be going. You are not going to be in this program and tell me that you cannot get to testing, that you cannot get to the things that this court has ordered you to do. We're not doing that. You've been here long enough to demonstrate to me that you find the money and the means to do everything that you want to do. Ms. Chilcutt, you are at the end of the road. And I'm telling you what the end of that road is looking like, the Wayne County Jail. It's looking like a long, hot summer for you in the Wayne County Jail. And so I need you to get it together. I need you to get it together. This game that you're running, you ought to know by now. You've been with me almost 2 years. You ought to know by now that there is very little game you're going to run in this court. Because what I don't see, there are too many other sets of eyes that see it. What I don't catch, there are too many sets of eyes that catch it. The games you play, there are not too many people who have come before us that haven't tried to play those games. And so, Ms. Chilcutt, Mr. Morgan, I want to staff her case this week, and I need to make a decision, because I'm telling you where I am is that she's looking at 90 days in the Wayne County Jail, and let's just call it a day, because we've gone back and forth and back and down and up and around. And the issue for you is you're just defiant. And the sad part is, Ms. Chilcutt, you're defiant to your own detriment. And the even sadder part about that is you're defiant to your own detriment, and it impacts your children who deserve to have a mother that is functioning, drug-free, alcohol-free, have them in the home where they're not bouncing around, where they can get a good education and they can have a fighting chance in this world. And unfortunately, you have consistently made decisions for them that are just not good decisions. And so, Mr. Morgan, I will bring her back on Friday, because I'm at my wit's end, and hopefully, Mr. Morgan, correct me if I'm wrong. Friday, we should have these test results that we're waiting on. And I still have to deal with her missing tests.
Yes. Yes, we should have those back. And then she'll have a few other tests too, probably. So yeah, we can bring her back on Friday, 5/21 at 8:30.
And she still needs to pick up the phone and call for testing. Ms. Chilcutt, you already know what those results gonna come back as, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. And so I don't know, Mr. Fikes, you went in the breakout room with Ms. Chilcutt?
Yes, I did, Judge. And I just, I just have to repeat what we talked about is you got to make better decisions. She's always the mastermind of her own dilemma. And she's such a better person than that to allow those things to happen to her. And I hope that she understands that she can make good decisions. She can. I don't think those tests are going to come back positive. I really don't. She has a problem more with people than she has a problem with alcohol or drugs. Doesn't make it any better because it causes her own destruction. But I just wanted the opportunity to staff, Judge. We'll talk about it.
So on Thursday, Mr. Morgan, please make sure that the prosecutor is a part of staffing, because I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't know where we're going from here. But I'm willing to staff, but I do want the prosecutor to be a part of it, because I think we're at the end of the road.
Okay, Yana.
Okay, so
Yes.
Ms. Chilcutt, I'm ordering you to appear before this court on Friday, which is what is the date on Friday? Somebody give me that date.
21st.
May 21st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And I need Ms. Chilcutt to come down to the courthouse.
Okay.
Needs to come down to the courthouse. She needs to appear in person. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Ms. Chilcutt, don't make me have to come and get you. You need to be there on Friday at 8:30. Okay?
Yes, sure.
All right. Very good. If nothing else, Ms. Drew, let's put her on the docket for Friday at 8:30 a.m., which is May 21st. And she's appearing at 36th District Court. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you Friday.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Are we ready on Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Griffin, let me have you unmute. I have the following matter for Ronnie Griffin, ZA080571. Mr. Griffin, let me have you unmute and give me your name.
Yes, Ronnie Griffin.
All right, Mr. Griffin, how are you this morning?
Okay, and yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too, for real.
What's going on with you, Mr. Griffin?
The thing is that every time my my meeting comes up with Mr. Killing, the driver say he called me and he doesn't call me.
Well, let
You
me
know-
go back. Let me go back. Here's something more important I want to know about. You had some positive tests. Is that correct, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor, that was something that we did discuss the last time. He's been negative since then, and we have
Okay.
pending tests. Yes.
Okay, because I have in my notes from staffing that he had tested positive. Okay, we've addressed that, and we've got some pending tests, 2 pending tests. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, and
Do we
he
have
was
a missed
coming.
test?
No missed tests, but the missed appointments. That's, I probably didn't convey that correctly, but the missed appointments with his counselor, Mr. Killing, is what was reported to me from Mr. Killing.
All right, very good. So now, Mr. Griffin,
Yes.
you're missing those appointments. So they're not connecting with you. You said they're not communicating with you so that you can be ready to be picked up.
Right.
All right. How do we
Okay.
fix that? I
Uh,
want to fix it.
Go ahead.
No, I want you to tell me, how can we fix that?
I'm hoping that Miss Cleveland can get me and Mr. Killings together so that we can let him know how important this is for me to be at these meetings. And for whatever reason that I'm not getting called, and the transportation guy is saying that he called me, which I don't know how I can prove that he didn't.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. So Mr. Griffin, Miss
Yeah.
Cleveland, work with Mr. Killings, because I need him to get assessed immediately. I need to make sure I have him in the right programming, okay?
Yes, sure.
Mr. Griffin, I don't want you to wait for somebody to call you. If they say they're picking you up at 10 o'clock, you need to be calling them. I need you to go after it, okay?
Okay.
And so Miss Cleveland's going to work with them, establish a time. But Mr. Griffin, I don't want you to come back in court and say, they're not calling me, because I'm telling you now, you call them. You run after them, because they're providing you a service that's going to help you. And when somebody's doing something to help me, I don't wait for them to come and find me or to call me or to contact me or to tell me what time. I worry the stew out of them. I go and get it. I call them. What time are you coming to help me? What time are you going to get? You said 10 o'clock. It's 9:58. Are you outside yet? That's what you have to do, Mr. Griffin. Don't
All
sit
right.
down and wait for people to call you, because they have other clients too.
I
You
understand.
call them, and then that way you'll have your proof. You call them. Make
Okay.
sure you're picking up the phone when Miss Cleveland calls you, or when Mr. Killings calls you, or someone from Detroit Recovery Project calls you, because they need to make sure they can coordinate. I need the assessment. Because here's the thing, Mr. Griffin, if I don't get an assessment, you put me in a position where I'm just gonna have to make a call to say, okay, just send him to inpatient treatment because he had a positive screen. Well, the problem with that is I'm not equipped to do that. I'm not smart enough to do that. That's outside of what I know. I know some things, but not about that. So don't force me to take on a job that I shouldn't be doing. I want to get you to the experts so they can do the assessment for me, okay?
Will do.
You promise, Mr. Griffin, you're going to make it happen.
I promise.
All right. No more sitting around waiting on them. You're going to make it happen, right?
Right.
All
From
right.
now on.
All right. Miss Cleveland, I need you to get that schedule for me ASAP.
Yes,
and
sure.
work with them. And if Mr. Griffin is not doing his part, let me know ASAP and we'll go pick him up. And I'll just put him in inpatient treatment until I get assessment and all of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want to do that though, Mr. Griffin, okay?
I understand.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Mr. Reed?
Yes, Judge. I want to thank the court for allowing me to go in the breakout room with Mr. Griffin. Um, we talked for a few minutes, and I recognize that Mr. Griffin is the gentleman that I did the intake and order for last month, and Mr. Griffin is a alumni. We're from the same high school, and we've talked about that. And Mr. Griffin wants to work the program. He's given his commitment to work the program. He says he stopped drinking. I believe him. He's sounds like a good person. I know if he graduated from my high school, he's a good person. But Judge, Mr. Griffin was positive that he wants to work the program and he wants to follow the orders of the court. And I'd like for the court to give him an opportunity to do that. Good attitude also, Judge. Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Miss Griffin, how's your mom doing?
She's doing better.
She is. All right.
You know, in fact, she's going to the casino tomorrow.
Oh, he done told mama's business on in the courtroom. Mama is going to the casino on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mr. Has mama had the COVID vaccine?
She had both shots too.
All right, very good. Tell her put on that mask and try to stay her distance, okay?
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. He done told mama going to the casino. I gotta regroup, Mr. Griffin. Okay, don't ask a question.
Okay, now, since I missed my test Sunday, because I went Saturday, but since I missed it Sunday, do I go tomorrow or?
Now, what do you mean you missed the test? Help me, Miss Cleveland.
Okay, let me see what's going on with him.
Okay.
It's not showing a missed test. Sunday would have been the 15th was, I'm sorry, the 15th is showing the 13th, the 15th, and the 16th, and the 19th. There's no results up for those days yet, except for on the 15th. It's showing some results on there. But usually I can tell if there is an actual reporting of something, and those are the ones that look to still be in a pending status.
Okay,
so I'm
he
not
said
sure.
he missed yesterday. Was his color yesterday was the 17th? Was his color called yesterday?
Let's see.
No.
No, it's the 16th and the 19th.
And I'm sorry. He said he missed Sunday. He missed Sunday.
Yes, that would, but the thing is, it's not reporting as a missed test yet. That's the only thing. It's only showing
but
as
he's reporting that he missed on Sunday. So let me go back to you, Mr. Griffin. Why'd you miss on Sunday?
Because Saturday I had taken my second vaccine.
That's right. I apologize. I remember that
Okay.
story now. Sorry about that, Your Honor.
So
Yes.
have you still been calling Mr. Griffin to see if your color has dropped?
Say that again.
Have you still been calling the number to see if you need to test every day?
Yes. What happened Sunday was I didn't get sick until Sunday. I was throwing up. I had to run. I couldn't keep nothing down because of hello?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. I couldn't keep nothing down.
Okay, I understand. Look, I'm good with you. You missed on Sunday, and you can't miss a test, but I understand why you missed on Sunday. So what I need you to do is call today. If your color has dropped, you need to go and test, okay?
I already had called.
Did your color drop today? Did they tell you to test today?
No, they told me no test today.
All right, then you're gonna call tomorrow. All right?
Right.
Okay. Very good. And so Miss Cleveland, that's what we'll do. We'll just have him continue to call. Let's get him, I need to get him assessed.
Yes,
And so continue to call for your test. And when they say it's time to test, I need you to go test, okay?
Will do.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, if nothing else, when do you have Mr. Griffin coming back?
Your Honor, first I want to apologize because now I remember the story. It's
Yeah.
just not reflecting on, so when I went to go refresh, it's not reflecting yet as a missed screen. That's the only reason why I forgot about what I reported. I apologize.
That's okay.
May 25th is a week from today. I believe that's a good day to bring it back, and I should have everything coordinated by that time, May 25th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Griffin? You're gonna
Yes.
come back May 21st at 8:30, okay? And you're gonna be
25th.
on Zoom. I'm sorry, you said the
5th, which is
25th,
next Tuesday. Yes, Your Honor.
next week, Tuesday, okay?
Okay.
And you're gonna Zoom into the courtroom like you did today, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm glad to see you, okay?
Glad to see you too.
All
For
right,
real.
and tell mama to have fun at the casino today, okay?
We'll do that.
All right, very good. Bye-bye, Mr. Griffin.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right. Y'all almost took me out of here. All right, Miss Bowman. You're it, Miss Bowman. We got to pull through. Miss Bowman. Miss Bowman, Miss Bowman, Miss Bowman. All right.
Hi,
Miss
Judge. Good
Bowman.
morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I might as well state this too. While being on Zoom, what was I gonna say? My Zoom keeps cutting in and out from like connection or something. So I don't know if I'm gonna cut out. Like it'll cut out and I'll jump back in the camera.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And my
Mr.
phone's dying.
Okay. I got you. Mr. Yancey, can you place Miss Bowman's case number? Make sure she's added to my docket. Ms. True, can you place Miss Bowman's case number on the record for me?
Yes, Your Honor, it is 200-4425301.
All right, Miss Bowman, state your name for me.
Cliche Bowman.
All right, Miss Bowman, you're not supposed to be on my docket today. You tell me why you're here.
OMG, Judge. I'm here because I done tested positive for marijuana and alcohol.
Okay, how did that get into your system?
I ended up using some substances because I wasn't in the right spirits, so I gave in to some substances.
Okay, and so Miss Bowman, of course, I appreciate you being honest with me. I really do. I appreciate it. But you know that's problematic for me, right?
Yes, I know you don't do that.
All right. Have you talked with your counselor about what made you come to that decision that you would use some substances?
You talking about Mr. Yancey?
Either your case manager,
Counselor?
Mr.
Oh,
Yancey, or
counselor.
did you go to a meeting and talk about it? What did you do after you made that bad decision?
Oh, after I made the decision, I felt like crap because I knew that I messed up, but Judge, I was just so down. Like I was telling them, I get down sometimes and I can talk to somebody, but it doesn't take away my feelings.
Okay, so are you still going to therapy?
Yes, and I'm trying to get in mental health therapy as well.
All right. Have you expressed to them how you've been feeling, the professionals?
Well, when I can, it depends. I call my drug counselor. I called her a couple of times when I was down, and she talked to me, and I sat with that for a couple of hours, but I still got 8.
You still got, I'm sorry?
8.
What's that?
Like my feelings still ate me alive, like 8.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. All right. I got it, Miss Bowman. Miss Bowman, we have equipped you with a number of tools. Okay. We've equipped you with a number of tools, a number of resources to help you to navigate, right?
Yes.
But you've got to use them. You've got to use them. Absolutely. You've got to use them.
Okay.
And so I want you to go, who's your counselor that you talk to?
Heidi, and I mainly talk to Miss Alice.
Okay. Alice J?
Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Yancey, and well, who's the attorney that went into the breakout room with Ms. Bowman?
I did, Judge. Thank you. I went in with Ms. Bowman.
I'd like
And
to hear what you have to indicate, Mr. Reed, as well as any recommendations.
yes, Judge. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to Ms. Bowman. She was very honest, Judge, and I appreciated that. She accepted responsibility, and we talked about why, and she indicated that sometimes she gets to a dark place. Sometimes she feels alone, and we talked about the need to contact her counselor, her therapist, and I believe that she understands, Judge, that she's not alone, that she has the drug court team, she has counselors, she has doctors, and because she accepted responsibility and we had a good conversation, there were some recommendations that I was going to make in conjunction with Mr. Yancey. Um, I was recommending to the court that she might write a paper, words of why she slipped, what she needs to do not to have the same slip. Can you hear me, Miss Bowman?
A
Can you hear
little
me?
bit.
A little
What do
bit.
you want me to write the paper about? I couldn't hear that part.
I'm just making the recommendation to the court. We talked about this in the breakout room, that's what I was going to recommend to the court, that you write a paper. The court will have the final decision, but I'm glad you
Oh,
accept the responsibility and you understand that we're here to help you. And just that's my recommendation. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Yeah, I did talk to Ms. Bowman probably for 20 minutes. When I did ask her about it, she was honest about it. She's been honest with me in general since she's been in the program. I've talked to her a lot. I know she has a lot of frustration a lot of times. I try to, talk her through it. Sometimes things aren't as bad as they seem to be, but at the time, to you, they're really bad. So, I'm in agreement with the paper as far as what happened, what I did, what I could have done, something to that effect. I think regarding meetings, that I help her seek out a sponsor, so that there's additional people to reach out to, and we also discuss possibly me finding even an additional person for her to reach out to. So, if I'm not available, and not that maybe I'm not the person to talk to, that she has, 3, 4, 5 sources to reach out to. So I'm recommending the paper. I'm recommending her get a sponsor regarding NA, and then I'm going to also try to find her an additional source to reach out to.
All right, Mr. Yancey. So here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Bowman. Mr. Yancey is connecting you with sources to help you to work through this. This go round, Mr. Yancey, I'm not going to sanction her. I won't sanction her, but you are going to write me a paper, a 1-page paper, and you're going to tell me what you could have done or how you're going to proceed in the future with making better decisions, better choices.
okay. What's a sponsor?
Mr. Yancey will talk with you about that, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And Mr. Yancey, you'll give her the instructions with regard to the paper. And I want it when she comes back to see me.
That's Friday, Judge.
No, you're not going to come back Friday. We're going to change your date, okay?
Okay.
Okay, does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Yancey, We're gonna change her date. How often does she see me?
She's in phase 2, so she would, if she came in Friday, she would not see you until June 11th, when I would say, because of the circumstances, we have her come back June 4th.
All right. That's a Friday still, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So June 4th is when you'll return to see me, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Make sure
I-
you follow up with Mr. Yancey about what I want in that paper, okay? Because you're gonna share it with me and share it with the court, the people in the courtroom.
Okay, Mr. Yancey, can you just shoot me an email or call me when you get a chance?
Very much so.
All right.
Okay, thank
All right,
you.
Ms. Bowman, let's get up and get back on track, okay? Because you were doing so well, and I want you to continue to do well, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. All right, I'm ready to call the remainder of the docket. All right, I want to call the remainder of the docket. And so you all let me know if I've missed something. I have an updated docket. All right, I have Gregory Hawkins, 1704-547801. Miss Cleveland indicated that she has not been able to, Mr. Hawkins will not return her phone calls. We know that he has fallen off. I'm concerned about Mr. Hawkins, and so Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm going to issue a capias with a remand on it for Mr. Hawkins.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
Judge.
definitely concerned about him. Let's hope we can get him. He's done so much good work, but I need him to be okay. All right, that's Mr. Hawkins. I also have the matter of Crystal Lane, Z8060021. What happened with Miss Lane?
Your Honor, I'm not sure. I texted Miss Lane yesterday. I called Miss Lane. We spoke briefly. I left a voicemail indicating to Miss Lane that she had court on this morning. I texted Miss Lane and called Miss Lane this morning. Miss Lane was fully aware, Your Honor, that she needed to appear before the court for her court hearing, and she failed to appear, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
May I ask a question, Ms. Robbs? Did she say she was going to be at court? Did she acknowledge and say that she was going to be here?
She did not acknowledge. When I sent her, when I left the voicemail, she called me back. I stated to her that she had court. She said, okay. So I assumed that she, which makes the assumption that she knew that she had a court date. Plus I texted her and I left a voicemail and I called this morning multiple times. So she is fully aware.
Your Honor, yes, we do not know where anything about our client's whereabouts.
All right. And so, Miss Drew, I am issuing a capias for Miss Lane's arrest, and the bond will be set at remand. Please mark it as specialty court. All right.
Your Honor, I just asked if Miss Robbs hears anything that she could report it to you. I hope everything is okay with Miss Lane.
I hope so too.
Yes,
all right. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. All right. The next matter I have is for Deshaun Robinson, U122-98213. Where's Mr. Robinson?
Judge, Mr. Robinson was scheduled in April. I looked at the ROA. He was scheduled for April the 6th. He failed to appear on that court date, and I think you said it for a show cause today. He's failed to appear today also, Judge. We have no idea where he is.
All right, thank you. Then, Ms. Drew, I am also issuing a warrant for Mr. Robinson for his failure to appear after the show cause, and I am going to set his bond at $300 cash. All right, and then I have Mr. Cornelius Crowell, Z806-0341. He was a face-to-face, is that correct? Who has Mr. Crowell? I believe that is Miss Cleveland. Do we have a return to court date for Mr. Crowell? All right.
She asking now to
Okay. Wonderful. All right, let's get that return to court date for Mr. Crowell, and then that'll close out the docket. Did I miss anything?
Your Honor, Mr. Crowell's date is June 1st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Robs.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so that ends the docket for this morning. Did I miss anything or anybody?
No, Judge.
All right. Very
Oh,
good.
you're good. Miss Chilcutt texting a mess out of me right now.
Who is that?
Miss Chilcutt, she talking about, you want to bring, let me read this to you. You're going to be real quick.
Are we off the, if we off?
We're done.